All right, welcome to the Rawat Show. We are here at DataDriven Conference, and look who I have with me, Abhi from Reltio. Abhi, welcome to the Rawat Show. It's your debut. Super
Thank you.
excited to chat.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here and chat with you guys.
Awesome, Abhi. Very quickly, obviously, I know you're doing some great things at Reltio, and you've been very busy with the customers. But would you like to first start with a quick intro for our audience and tell us what you do at Reltio?
Absolutely. My name is Abhi, as we
Yeah.
just discussed, and I'm the field CTO at Reltio. And I find myself working on customer 360 um, concepts as much as possible. And I know it's been around for a little while, but I think what we want to do at Reltio is just kind of help customers along that journey,
Yeah.
evolve it, and make it actually a reality for them. So that's what we've been working on.
Okay, fantastic. You've been championing Reltio's customer 360 vision. So I'm kind of wanting to learn a little about what are the challenges, like the biggest challenges in delivering seamless customer experience, because that is like one of the most important piece, right? When you're working with
Yeah,
customers.
yeah. I think there's a misunderstanding that you have to work on it externally. Customer experience is all about just external manifestation of these connecting the dots for them and making it a seamless experience. What I've realized is if you don't have the internal manifestation of that process in a seamless manner, your internal reflection of that process, it really doesn't help you be able to deliver that external version of that
Yes.
process. So
Yes.
I've been focused heavily on actually looking at customers and looking at their internal processes and saying, is the data you have internally about your customer connected? Is it contextual? Are the dots connected internally? Because once it's done that way, we can help you externally connect the dots for the customer. So I think there's a lot of internal and
Yep.
external reflection, and I find that we spend so much time on the external portion of it. I think if we got better on the internal, the
Things
external will
kind of get
almost
easier.
get easier, and it just makes it seamless.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. No, those are fantastic insights. I'm kind of also wanting to learn a little about how does Reltio's 360 help businesses shift from reactive to predictive as well.
Yeah, I think what we're trying to get to the point of is, reactive is on the far end of one spectrum where you start the journey.
Yeah.
So you want to avoid being reactive.
Yeah.
So I think relative we've done a pretty good job of getting the data in front of a customer unified to stop being reactive.
Yeah.
I think we've enabled a lot of customers to be proactive now. Okay, that's the nice intermediary step. I think predictive is where we want to be. I think we need to set up the foundation. So a lot of
Very nice.
customers want to go straight from reactive to being predictive, and I think it's a big leap. It's doable, but you really need to think about your data foundation so that you can do the predictive stuff. Predictive stuff means you have this great foundation of data, great quality of data that you can work on, so that what you're predicting has a good chance of happening. Okay, the last thing you want to do is be in the predictive space. Proactive is easy because proactive is things that are actually happening. You're seeing it happening and you're responding to it. Predictive is you're predicting the future. You better have good data to predict something they build trust in. Immediately you run the risk of losing trust if you predict something that doesn't happen or doesn't have a chance of happening.
That's so
So
true.
for me,
Yeah.
reacting is great. We've got that under control. Being proactive is relatively easy to do because both are experiencing the same thing, and
Yes.
you're slightly ahead of them predicting it, or at
Yeah.
least responding to it. But then the predictive thing is where it's trust is a huge factor. So
Yeah.
for me, it's a big shift. I think we're doing our best to give you that data foundation to build that predictive level.
No, I think that is something pretty interesting when you think about reactive to predictive. It's so true where obviously every user would want to go out and have that journey very quickly in terms of going from reactive to predictive.
Yeah.
So I totally hear you. One more quick question around the Reltio's 360-degree itself, like the software itself. What are customers most excited about when you kind of talk about this?
Yeah. The more and more we talk about customer 360 and our offering to customers, I think they love the fact that there's one side of the business that is perceived to be very core entity based,
Yep.
MDM, and that concept. It's one side of the business, and there's a lot of activity happening on the other side of the business. What I mean by that is the behavior of your customers. So you know who your customers are, you
Yep.
know where they are, and you know a little bit of what they're doing.
Yes.
But their behavior on a day-to-day basis is not being tracked by MDM. We're telling you, you know what? All that data that's out there, how they're behaving, how they're interacting with your products, how they're interacting with your services, et cetera, that's being captured in some systems. We're going to give you an option to
Yep.
now capture that in Reltio as well and unify it. So I think our customers are excited about the fact that we can now impact multiple aspects of the business, not just the core entities, not just the core data that they're managing, but also all this behavior data that they just accumulating on the side in these massive data lakes. We're telling them we can unify that for you as well. A lot of excitement around that. What makes them nervous is starting to move that data around. Because a lot of them are already capturing it.
Yeah.
They don't want to move these large volumes of data. So some of the product features we're talking about, like zero ETL, et cetera, ability to keep data in place and then look at it and then work with it, that's becoming very exciting for a lot of them. So.
No, I think those are fantastic insights. One more quick question around, since we are talking about data here.
Yeah.
I'm in now with data. Obviously, there's a lot of talking around AI, and specifically around data quality and AI, right?
Yep.
So, how is Reltio kind of helping data quality being improved with AI? Do you have any thoughts around that?
Yeah, I you know, the quality of data is going to be reflected in is going to be very exposed, let's put it that way. It's going to be exposed by
Right.
your AI initiatives.
Yeah.
And one of the things we've realized is when customers come to us, or not customers, when we're working with AI vendors to do some AI initiatives
Yeah.
internally,
Yeah.
the question they ask us is, okay, this is the data that we need to run this project for you. They're always surprised to see that we don't have to send them on a wild goose hunt for data in
Yeah.
our organization
Yeah.
with various stakeholders to piece this together so that they can do the AI initiative for us. We send them to this one repository that has this unified data that we've curated from Reltio.
Yeah.
They're shocked how quickly they have access to all the data that they need. And if they need any little data point, it's just very little here and there. Most of it is there. So what we're finding is we get started with our AI initiative faster. We get deeper into the AI initiative
Yeah.
sooner. And so that vendor is able to give us the outcomes that we want, in a timely manner. So otherwise, they would have to talk to all these various stakeholders and piece this together. So I think we're finding that we're a good way to accelerate AI. The fact that we can unify and present it, we can accelerate it.
Yeah.
And, AI is already talking about accelerating business. What
Yeah.
if you could just accelerate your AI initiatives itself? And that's what we're trying to do.
Love it. One more quick question around the customer specific things. So I know you've been talking to a lot of customers out here.
Yes.
Anything
Lots.
that stood out or anything that's exciting for what's coming up?
Yeah, everybody wants to do this. Wants to use their data to go from the concept of unknown customers
Yeah.
to known customers. The transition from unknown to known. And what I'm finding more and more is our customers are finding that is the biggest challenge. There's all this really great work happening in the unknown space where the customer is just visiting a website, looking at offerings and products and things like that. And they're asking us, how can you help us solve the problem of, yes, you have MDM that has the known entities and all the details we know about them. How can you connect the dots from all the unknown people out there to how
Right.
we get to know them, that transition of the customer journey from unknown to known. So that's what I'm hearing a lot from customers. Help us do that. Help us connect those dots. And all of a sudden, I'm telling them, you know what, I think Customer 360, our offering there, is the way we can help you connect those dots.
Yeah.
And that's getting them excited. So that's
Yeah,
what I'm noticing.
exactly.
They're asking this question because it's a problem they have. And I'm able to give them an answer that this is the way we could help them solve it.
Love it. It kind of connects the dot pretty well.
Yep.
So that's awesome. One more quick thing, Abhi. Fun question.
Yeah, okay.
About data driven, right? What are two things you love about data driven?
I love the connection with people. At the end of the day, I'm on Zoom meetings all the time, and you
So
really don't
true.
get to see a person's personality or anything come
Exactly.
out because we've got 1 hour to do this. So here I get to just have a casual conversation, infuse some business into it, which really helps because you're face to face with
Yeah,
these people and
exactly.
you're having this, and then I'm able to tail the conversation off with a more casual conversation. So I think it builds an organic bond, and there's a trust that comes out of this from
Yeah.
just having that relationship in the face to face time. So I think that's invaluable from a conference. The other thing is you start to learn about a pattern of problems that people are trying to solve.
Yeah.
It's nothing unusual or exceptional, but you see everybody struggling with the same things,
Yeah.
and you get bits and pieces of ideas from everybody, and you go back and you kind of formulate that whole concept, and you go, wait, I got a little idea from him there, I can
Yeah.
use that to solve this puzzle and that puzzle, and you start to come up with your own ideas. So I think it's an incubator for ideas for me.
Love it. And I agree. To be honest, what I've been kind of seeing at Data Driven is like the quality of conversations and
Yeah.
the people who kind of come here is A plus.
Yep.
So well done on obviously putting such a great conference in. Obviously keeping it in person always helps. So thanks again, Abhi. First of all, for all the great insights and sharing about the great things that you're doing in this space. One more quick question is about the audience. If they want to reach out to you, which is the best place?
LinkedIn would be probably.
Oh,
That's the best place.
awesome.
Yep.
So, guys, you all know where you can reach out to Abhi. But Abhi, once again, thanks for visiting the Ravit Show. Such a pleasure chatting with you.
Yeah. Thank you, Revit.
Thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.